Welcome back, fig fans. Here in the First Year Fig Garden Fig Forest for October 2025. Hopefully you are seeing some figs, like I said, few, but not as many as I'd hoped for. Hopefully you're not facing the same issues. Also, I'm going to show you some challenges I faced in the late part of the season. I got some fig rust out here in the driest part of the United States. Crazy. Also, what I'm planning and prepping my plants to do, the old ones that I got from a friend, to get them ready for next season, and kind of a practice for what I'll be doing to all these trees all next season. Did your trees get as tall as you wanted? Mine did get as tall as I wanted, and I'll show you that coming up next. My biggest tree made it up to 9 foot 9 inches tall, and that's from the soil level upward. So 10 foot 9 if you're including the pots. Amazing. Done with fertilizer and constant water. Those are literally, and sun obviously, but those are literally the only secrets I can give you. Yeah, it certainly is amazing that the little 6 or 8 inch sticks that we put in the ground in January turned into a 10-foot tree by October. It seemed outrageous to believe that would happen, but that's pretty much what's happened around the garden, except for that Borisone Negra Ramata. That one's still not 48 inches tall. It's only about just under 3 feet tall. Very productive, makes a lot of figs. We'll see that later. But other than that, the growth has been fantastic. Just following the recommendations of everybody to keep it heavily watered and to use a lot of fertilizer. Okay, so finally some things are ripening. Nice Adriatic JH, small, dappling on the sides, a little bit of splitting. Let's check it out. These are the pictures of the Adriatic JH and the Medici Historic Reserve #1. Aside from the Adriatic JH, the Col de Dam No R has ripened, gave us 1 fig. Here's the Col de Dam No R. Sadly, I shot the video in shorts mode, so it's a little chopped, but enjoy it. Beautiful color, structure, texture. It was fantastic. Cut it up so you can take a look at it. And a couple of these pictures up ahead. I can't even do the third wrap anymore. Medici Historic Reserve #3 is their first one. And tried to take the bag off and it came right off, so it is definitely ripe and ready. The morning sunshine, you got slightly drying on the tree. Learned from the JH Adriatic that some of these green ones, they start to dry like this, you need to get them off. They don't do as well drying on. Oh, surprise, kind of like a honey amber color on the inside. It's got some seeds. It looks very dense, seedy, almost dry on the inside too. And that is Medici Historic Reserve #3. Similar to the Medici Historic Reserve #3, the #1, as it ripens, is just beautiful. It's green, and for a long time has a dappled purple, reddish purple pattern. Then it goes up to where it's more full purple. We'll cut this open and see how she looks. Another one ripening for me is Noir de Barbentane. This one has 3 figs that are already ripening. One of them we ate, it was too early. Got 2 more that are pretty far along. Let's take out the bag and take a look. Barbentane is a very attractive fig. It is beautiful purple. It's got that ghosty, chalky exterior, dark purple, nice tight to medium eye. Looking forward to this. We're going to definitely let this one go a little longer because it is a great fig. Chalky purple, looking good. Let's cut it open. Oh, perfect ripeness. Looks dense, thick, slightly dried on the tree. Cannot complain. No wire to barmentine. Compare, you can see how small the Medici is. And I'll taste these. They're probably gonna taste just like every other first year fig. Good, but not that flavorful. The mystery trees, this one is ripened about 2 or 3. Still a mystery. The last one that came off was just like a pastilier, not like a Col de Dam. Well, we finally got a ripe one on one of the mystery 3, pastilier. That's what we think this one is. Let's pick it off. No latex, looking good. First rain this plant's ever seen. I guess while ripening, so it's split a little bit. It's very soft. Bordering on mushy, that's good. A little bit of honey by the eye. Hopefully it's not wrecked. I'll have to see what it tastes like. Kind of hard to capture how delicious this looks. Super juicy. Beautiful. It's an even, solid color. It's a little ombre towards the center. That's a beautiful fig. Well, yeah, after eating it, sounds like it's gonna be pastilier is probably what this is. The reason being that the texture of the fig is different, not very Col de Dam inside. So, but very delicious. The family gives it a big thumbs up. Again, very excited for the Black Madeira to have ripened. One of the two is ripening, one is not. Curious what you guys do. When I have those double figs, I put them both in one bag. So far, that's been working out. Is that what you do? How do you handle that? Others that I'm really excited about ripening are my Border Set Negra Ramada, Heritage Ramada. They've done nothing, no swelling. Genovese Nero, my Craven's Cravings. A couple of those. The Nerucciola de Elba. No action, no nothing. Everybody's still in the little brown bags. So we'll hold that hope. It stays warm here for a while, so we'll see what we get up to. One thing I have to credit you for, and I guess me for doing the video, is I'm walking around today and seeing this in the bottom of the leaves. Seeing it all over on different plants. I don't want fig rest to take over and take all my leaves off at the end of the year. There's another plant with it. Everyone that is curled like that has it. So I want to halt it. Fungicides like a sulfur will not correct what's been done, but it stops the damage. All right, you might know that from lawns. I'm way into my lawn, and so fungicide stops the progression of that fungus. You're not going to turn them back into healthy leaves like this. Like here, we see what it's done just in the past few days. Those need to get clipped off and put in the trash away so they don't spread those fungal spores anywhere else. Luckily I have backpack spray and I'll spray all these guys pretty readily. Thank you guys for making it fun for me to do these videos, because I wouldn't have even seen all this. I would not have looked around like I'm looking around today at all these and seen the early signs of fig rest coming in. So we'll get rid of it. 2 plants I got from back east finally kicked off and started growing this month. So I had them a month or 2 and they did nothing, but now the Canadria, tree made famous by Ira Condit, is now growing, and the Isbat on that is finally grown too. You can see, it's kind of neat, the types of leaves it had when I got it. Little tiny, you know, it's probably grown in a very low light area just to get it rooted and all that. You can see them, little tiny leaves, covered greenhouse, something like that. And now the big giant leaves. much happier, much healthier. Plans going forward to not fertilize them, no longer giving them the water-soluble immediate fertilizer, only doing the osmocote that's in there because we want to slow down their growth, let them lignify and get ready for dormancy starting about 3 months before your first frost date. So a lot of you have already stopped that. I don't talk too much about fertilization, but for me, last week's Saturday fertilizer was the last one, and we're just gonna let them slowly wind down for the year. So for next year's trees, I'm gonna take them, cut them off, and hope that they grow into bushy, scaffolded trees. And I'm confident that I can do that because I got a little practice this year with my tree right over here. This is the tree that I got from a friend, essentially a single leader tree. It had 3 scaffolds up top, and it has grown into a nice 4 scaffold tree this year. Did all this year. So feel confident that your year can go well. All right, so taking a look at what I can do at this time of the year, so while I'm waiting for everything to ripen, is like on the Golden River side. You can see I've grown the 4 scaffolds. And this plant, this is its 3rd year. And so I got 4 scaffolds going. And then I've branched them out like this, put on these little limb spreaders. As I'm trying to get that 4-way balance. So this time of year, I'm gonna be putting in these limb spreaders in order to spread, get these guys set up. They'll go into dormancy like this. While they're still green and pliable now, I got these shapers on scaffolds to get them set up as they lignify and harden up for winter. When I put them away fully dormant, maybe I'll be able to take the spreaders off. Main thing I did was add this scaffold this year. This 4th one on the bottom was not there last year. Wanted that 4th, it's grown out nicely. And I have it tied to a bamboo shoot. If you look at Fig Talk, Basement Figs, he's great at showing how tree shaping. That's his technique. So I got a bamboo stick and zip ties and keep that limb perfectly straight. And leave that till it goes through dormancy. I still have a couple figs on here that are gonna ripen before the end of the year, so that's nice. But otherwise, just shaping this and getting it ready for next year is the main goal. I look forward to when it goes dormant, loses all its leaves. That's when we'll see really how successful this tree shaping was. We'll take a look at that in the after dormancy, probably like December, January video. But we will have to see what goes on in November in California. What questions do you have for me? Hopefully you guys have had great success and you're all done and have tasted all your figs. Let me know what your favorite tasted figs were, or if you got first year figs like me. That's the big takeaway, is that they all taste very similar. You know, they taste good. You can, you know, there's certainly nothing you'd throw away, but nothing like the flavors we've all been promised, right? So looking forward to next year already. I hate to say that. I'm gonna focus on the now, but so far none of those varieties has been amazing or even tasted like what their flavor descriptions are online. So we took care of them. We did the best we could. That's just what they do in their first year. Textures are amazing. Everything that way is great. Just the flavor. We got to be patient. Hope your garden's growing well. We'll talk to you soon. Let me know if you have any questions.